Welcome back to the White Time channel. Today, Aaliyah, self-titled. We don't need a wheel, I guess.
No wheel.
We are each doing a cheat week. We're each picking one item off of the viewer wheel, and we're doing that.
Yes.
So this is Jerry's pick. The next week we got his spun Chelsea Wolf. So no wheel this time. We're still doing viewer reactions though. We're just taking a little bit of a detour just so we can like nab a couple of our favorites off there.
Well, I don't know if these are my favorites. I guess I can go into my mentality about picking this one.
Real.
Because, we just started the new wheel system where several of the picks are now weighted. The first 10, or the 10 oldest ones are weighted a little bit more, and then the ones that we see requested the most are weighted more. So I decided I'm going to pick one that I want to listen to that is not weighted, because, we have less chance of getting it. So I picked Aaliyah. We both like 90s R&B. We've listened to Mariah Carey, Brandy, SZA.
I'm a D'Angelo stan.
You're a D'Angelo stan. Yeah. So we're in it, we loved that new Brandy record, one that we started this viewer marathon with. Very, very good. So I thought, hey, let's do another one. So that's why I picked this one, Aaliyah.
And scene.
Ta-da.
I don't know much about this album, so I am very much looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to it for a while. I know Timbaland's on production, kind of in his prime, so I've heard fantastic things about this album, so I am just ready to dive in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then we can just get started with the song that has Timbaland on it. We Need a Resolution. Classic fade out.
Of course.
That was We Need a Resolution featuring Timbaland.
That's pretty good. It's a pretty solid intro. Love the beat first off. Pretty simple, but I love the little woodwind flourishes that add a really cool flavor to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of like the back and forth between them as well. Vocally, I really like her actual voice. I think it's very suited as this classic R&B. I've probably heard her voice dozens of times without realizing it's an Aaliyah song.
Sure.
But with Brandy, she did a lot of vocal layering in the backing vocals, which I was really into. You don't get as much of that here, but I actually like how her voice just shines through. But yeah, I mean, just kind of going through relationship turmoil and kind of gaslighting herself at one point in the song, being am I supposed to change? Is he supposed to change? Is this my fault? Is this his fault? So kind of just back and forth. Yeah, pretty solid intro. That went very quick for a 4-minute song too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this song sounds exactly what I would think a song from 2001 would sound, where it's still kind of got that 90s R&B feel, but you can definitely kind of tell that the production is we're heading towards the 2000s here, baby.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really liked it. I don't think I've ever heard an Aaliyah song, or at least not sat down and listened to one.
You haven't heard the Rock the Boat?
I don't think so.
Rock the Boat.
I might have. I'm not sure.
We'll see in 2 tracks, I guess.
We will see. But yeah, so this is first for me. She has a great voice. Really, really liked it. I thought that the production was pretty solid. I think when it comes to R&B, I need a little bit more in the production, but I thought the lyrics were great. I thought the writing was really good. So yeah, I'm in. It's pretty good. Pretty good start. See where it goes from here. With Loose Rap featuring Static Major. See what I was talking about with 2000s? Fade out.
Let's go.
All right, that was Loose Rap featuring Static Major.
I like that one a lot. I think I like that better than the first track, actually.
I would agree. Yeah.
Instrumental is super bouncy. I love how dynamic that was. It was there's a lot going on, but it was still very clear. You could kind of tell. I also loved how her vocal layering worked on the chorus on this one. I feel like I love when they fill the mix with that vocal, just because R&B singers do have just such powerful voices. I like when they use all those ranges and layer them on each other. That's fantastic. I also really love those background flourishes during Static Major's part of her backing vocals. Those were super cool. But Yeah, super punchy to the point. I kind of like that one better than the first one.
Yeah, I would agree. Something I really have liked about I guess both of these songs and maybe about just Aaliyah's vocals in general is that you can kind of tell that she has the like talent, but she isn't like super flashy like a Mariah Carey or something.
Right.
So it's just I don't know. I just kind of like that. Not that she's like keeping it simple, because like her voice is still kind of comes through, but she's not just like doing all these crazy runs or whatever.
Like, calm and collected.
Yeah.
But, like, you know that she's got like the talent to get up there if she needs to.
Yes. Cool. Which I hope that she does. 'Cause I would like to see it, but I do kind of like it does kind of fit these beats a little more. Like I don't think her doing some crazy whistle notes or whatever would really fit these two beats at all. So, yeah, she knows her, I was going to say her audience, but she knows like how to work her production, which is good. So I guess this is the song that I should have already heard, Rock the Boat.
I thought this was just like a 2000s kid staple, but maybe not.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
No fade out.
No fade out. This isn't 2000s. I was Rock the Boat.
That's my favorite one so far.
I mean, that one's a good one.
Yeah, chorus is absolutely phenomenal, super catchy, production's fantastic. The flow of the song works perfectly. I love the way that it builds at the end and just like keeps layering on those refrains. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, no, that one sounds pretty good. I had never heard that one before. So maybe I have never heard a Aaliyah song. Don't know.
I think this is one of her most popular.
Well, there's one at the end of this record that's like way more popular than that one, but yeah, it's up there. Yeah, no, I like that one. That one definitely felt the most like smooth, I guess. Yeah, which is more my speed. When it comes to R&B, I like the kind of chiller, not chill, but I like to kind of sit back and groove type stuff. Not that I didn't like the first two songs, but like they're just very different. So I kind of like the more poppy R&B too, because I'm a basic bitch. But hey, that's me. So yeah, very good, very good. All right, track 4, More Than a Woman. Very Billy Joel song. More Than a Woman, produced by Rodney.
Oh.
I don't know if that's true. It just
Probably
seems
not.
like it.
I don't know how I feel about that one. I feel like I like the core of the song, but like I feel like something's off. I feel like her vocals are undersold for how punchy those drums are, and I like the little wah wah like sub bass, but like it feels overpowering because she's not like really going there with the vocals. It seems kind of undersold. And then like there's horns, but the horns sound grand, but they're muted in the instrumental, so it's weird. It's given a weird vibe. Something's off about it. There's not like a star of the show. It feels like everything's on a level playing field, besides the bass, which is turned way up. But with that being said, I really like her vocals on it still. I just feel like something's awkward about it. But I think the bridge was the part that I really liked, with the vocal that kind of like came flying in like ghost-like or whatever. I like that part, but I don't know, something's weird about that one.
That's definitely like the most busy beat for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like reminding me of a Rodney song, and maybe that's why I kind of like it. I'm like, oh, Rodney, I dream of
the
Rodney.
sub bass was really fun. It was wah, wah. That's like a Rodney classic.
Yeah. I was like, is Rodney bold enough to do a Spanish guitar? I don't know.
I think he did on that Brandy record.
Did he?
I feel like he did.
That wouldn't surprise me. So that I was like, oh, this is just kind of fun. You know, when it comes to Rodney songs, you just kind of, okay, Rodney does his thing, and it usually sounds pretty good. Again, I don't know if this was produced by Rodney. I'm just gonna.
I think it's all Timbaland, but
is it all Timbaland?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Well then, never mind. I hate Rodney. Rodney sucks. Shirt is a bad song. Okay. Track 5 is Never No More. Didn't catch that in time, but that was Never No More.
Very good. I like that one a lot. Love the drum pattern. I like how simple the instrumental was this time. Really let her vocals kind of shine, and she really played a lot with delivery, which worked very well. So, I always like wait for these switch ups in these R&B albums because they're always like an hour long, and they always have like a part where it's like more in your face R&B, and then there's a part where it's ballads and smooth stuff. So
Yeah.
as our first kind of like balladish kind of track, or at least like more toned down track, like I'm really loving this. I think the vocals especially are just the highlight here, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I'm not a huge fan of 90s R&B ballads, but that one was really, really solid. I love that one. The drums in it were doing this weirdo kind of like funk beat, which is, more than the usual just kind of like piano and then regular beat, and then we let the R&B singer do all the crazy vocal stuff. It's like, no, there was actually kind of like a interesting backbone to this one. Really, really liked it. So that's how I want my 90s R&B ballads to go. All you 90s R&B artists better be taking notes from this
In
Aaliyah
the
chick.
90s.
Yeah,
By
she's
this
on
white
something.
boy.
Yeah. All right. Track 6 is I Care For You. Maybe a missed opportunity there, but whatever.
I care 6 you.
That's what it should be. All right, that was I Care For You, Jim.
Very nice. I loved how spacey that one was. Incredibly smooth, but super spacey.
Yeah.
Vocal work again, crazy. I love just like the like vibrato kind of keyboardy thing that they were doing. I love that effect whenever people use it, but like super simple. The like the beatboxing is really funny, but it fit really well in the instrumental.
Yeah.
As well as the snaps at the beginning. I love that they're just playing with like very organic sounds and mixing it into here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that track was just great. Like incredibly smooth.
Yeah.
I don't know if don't have much to say for it, but that's probably like one of my favorites, if not my favorite so far.
I think I might agree. I don't know. I'd have to go back and listen to Rock the Boy again. But yeah, man, that one was really, really solid. Again, man, I don't know what she's doing different with these ballads. I just really, really like it. Maybe it's her voice, because she has an absolutely killer voice. And the beatboxing was pretty funny, so does get some points in my book for that for sure.
Every album needs beatboxing on it.
Yes, especially not like super impressive ones. It's just like that kind of like that's not. It's not like the Tetris beatbox guy or whatever. It's just it's just your dad's beatboxing, if you will, which adds some character, if you ask me. So, speaking of extra smooth, track 7 is extra smooth. Wow. There's the fade out.
We're back.
All right, that was extra smooth.
Might be my favorite. I don't know. That was really good. I love what producers were doing at this time. Darkchild did it on Brandy's Full Moon as well, or Rodney, as we call him here.
Yes, friend of the show.
Just goes crazy with the drum patterns, the super unexpected, like weird synths that go in, making these really weird rhythms, but everything just works really great. I love the drum pattern on this track. That the drums are super punchy. I could definitely see it being like more of like a club hit. It definitely has that feeling to it. But then like you also have this like really chunky like synth bass line in there that's fantastic. And the vocal work on this is fantastic as well. She has a very, very, it's kind of like Brandy, where like the lyrics aren't anything too complicated. They're very simple sentiments. But she knows how to really work that into a chorus. Like she can just make a catchy line out of anything.
Yeah.
Especially on this track. So that was fantastic. I really love that one.
Yeah. I don't know if I would say that one's like one of my favorites, but I did really like it. It's quirky. I love songs that are double quirked up on a Tuesday afternoon.
Real.
But I don't know. I think like this isn't going to be one that I'm like going to go back to if I'm going to pick a song from here, but definitely quirky, which is good. So
Got that cartoon villain aesthetic.
yeah, it really does. That completely caught me like out of left field there. So good stuff. Move on. Track 8. Read Between the Lines. Read Between the Lines.
Very good. Last two tracks have been absolute bangers for me. I love the kind of like Latin flair a little bit in here. The horns on this song I really like. I feel like they definitely did it right on this song. Yeah, super fun. The piano line was really great. Even just like the drum pattern with the shakers, you could kind of hear it at the end how like intertwined those things were. Those are really cool. There's just a lot of like little elements going on in all these tracks, but it doesn't come across as complicated. There's just always something to focus on, so you never really get bored through these pretty long tracks. They're all like around 4 minutes, but yeah, again, love that one. I love the switch up with the horns, but yeah, I feel like I don't have too much like to add across these songs, but these are just like very, very consistently good R&B songs that have like very different characteristics to them. But I feel like it flows better than like a Brandy album. Brandy kind of like, I feel like she kind of shotgun blasted a whole bunch of ideas and they all worked, but the sequencing wasn't there.
Yeah.
This one, I feel like these do work next to each other quite a bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't the biggest fan of that one. I don't know what it is. I just think maybe it went on a little too long. But I don't know. I wasn't like bored. It's just like, whatever. But that's the crux of the show.
Real.
Great stuff. All right, track 9. You Got Nerve. Showing your face around here.
Me?
Yeah, you. Classic fade out. You've Got Nerve.
That was okay. I feel like it was a little one note. I feel like she kind of dragged that delivery of like the very blocky kind of like it matches the beat, but I felt like there wasn't enough evolution there to like really tie me. It kind of she wasn't doing a whole lot vocal wise either. I mean, it's not like horrible, but like compared to every other track I've heard on here, that I'm not feeling that one as much.
I agree. That one's my least favorite one for sure. I don't. It's not like insultingly bad or anything. It's just like,
Just compared to everything else, it's kind of like just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. So then she follows that up with a nearly 6-minute song called "I Refuse."
The horse gallop, the lightning sound effect. All right, we're gonna...
It's the only way to start a song.
This is Shrek 2.
That was "I Refuse."
That was the opposite of the last track.
I know.
That was great. I really loved how over the top and cinematic that was, even though it was like kind of campy, but like it worked for it pretty well.
Yeah.
The horse galloping and the thunder and then the soaring guitar line buried in there when she's going, like super triumphant, super bright, like very creative, like incredibly creative. It just reminded me of the Shrek 2 fairy godmother at the end, the whole climax of a movie. Like, that's what that track felt like. It was triumphant, powerful, really fun. Like a lot was going on in there, but it worked. Like it's like a fairy tale Disney princess song in the middle of this album, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, no, that one's up there. I really liked that one. Yes, I think its campiness is it really adds to the charm.
It works.
It does. Yeah. I love just that start with the crazy sound effects and just the arpeggiated piano. It's like, oh, you're gonna get into some crazy stuff.
Movie title card.
Yeah. By the end, it's just a full-on like Bond theme thing they got going. Yeah, this is epic. Pretty cool if you ask me. So, yeah, that was worth the 6 minutes for sure.
True. That felt shorter than You Got Nerve, honestly.
That is true. That is absolutely true. But you know me, it's whatever. All right, it's whatever.
It's whatever. It's pretty good, actually. I love the piano line. Super, super, super sweet. Yeah, just a very chill, like very just sentimental track. I love it. Pretty different than the rest of the stuff we have. I don't think we've ever had a high octave piano. At least it seemed like a very different kind of flavor to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if it's like my favorite, but like I definitely still like how smooth it is. Like these are just very easy listening songs too, which is always fantastic. But yeah, I feel like when it comes to R&B records, this record's been like the most consistent for me out of the ones we've done on this channel so far. Yeah, there's 2 songs that I just don't like, but like the rest of them are like really, really, really consistent. So
Yeah, I think it's rare to find an album this long.
besides all of D'Angelo's albums, of course, but
And SZA's new record. But,
mm-hmm.
you know, just it is out there. Yeah, it was fine. I don't know. That one's not particularly one of my favorites, but it was okay. I wasn't bored by any means, but it wasn't anything too crazy. I don't know. It's nice.
It sounded nice on my ears.
Yeah,
That's all I have to say about that one.
that's all you need, really. All right. Track 12, I Can Be.
You can be what?
I don't know. I hope she tells me in the song. I Can Be.
I can be. That was decent. I really like her delivery and like the actual vocal work of the track. I just feel like the guitar line is a little bit too generic for what it is. I feel like they could have switched it up a little bit. It felt like a very generic, like just guitar riff. But every other aspect of the track I liked. I liked how short it was too. I feel like a lot of these are long, so it's good to throw like a short one or two in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the guitar could have used a little bit of work. But other than that, not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was that one was pretty mid. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say. It's just like kind of forgettable, I think.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Track 13. Those were the days. Those were the days.
I like that one. Bass line's super strong. First off, I feel like I needed a bass line after that last track.
Yeah.
And that one definitely delivered. So I like the subject matter of like a breakup in a more of like a healthy, like good memory way instead of like, you know, the usual. I feel like her writing is she's very strong, and her songwriting and the way she tackles these topics is like a very like mature look at relationships and stuff, which is really cool. But you still get those like fun kind of like club bangers and that kind of thing in here as well still, which is really nice. Yeah, when it comes to the back half, I do like this one quite a bit, but I still think the top half of this record is pretty flawless.
Big agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this one kind of stands out in like the last couple tracks. But it's still not as good as some of the stuff in the beginning.
She kind of gave us I Refuse and then like toned it down after that.
Yeah. Which it's okay. So we'll see. We'll see if it turns around a little bit. But I'm feeling a little wishy-washy over the last couple. But favorite Marvel show is What If?
My God, you have bad taste.
Oh wow. Oh, while this is doing its thing, that was What If.
That was really good. I didn't know what to think about it at the beginning, but it really grew on me, especially when the chorus hit. I feel like that was a beautiful combination of all the elements, vocal-wise and then production-wise. It was chaotic and a little cluttered, but it came through really fun. There was a lot of energy to it, and I kind of liked it. Even though that guitar line, again, very simple, very campy, but I think it works on this track. There's enough of a backbone and like a fun atmosphere for her to like really boss up and kind of match that guitar. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. That's actually the outro on the standard edition. Try Again is a bonus track that came on the European and Japanese edition of the album. So I don't know why I'd have so many plays, but we'll listen to it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. Honestly, if that's how the album closed, I would have been disappointed. 'Cause I was not a huge fan of that one. A little bit too loud, too in my face. I felt like I was kind of being waterboarded by that beat a little bit. So yeah, not my favorite by any means. So I'm excited for Try Again. The Europeans and Japanese have never let me down.
I'm guessing it has so many plays just because it's available on Spotify for everybody now, or if it
Maybe.
really was a hit that you put on the deluxe edition.
I wonder.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it blew up like in a
Weird.
greatest hits or something after she died
Maybe.
or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. All right, well, we'll finish this ish off with Try Again. All right, that was Try Again and the album as a whole.
That one was really fun. Timbaland was back in production there. Synths were really fun, wacky. I really like what he does with those. They pull like really strange synthesizers and weird noises into these R&B albums, and it's really fun.
Yeah.
But chorus also was very catchy on that one. I really like that as a closer on the, I guess, now Spotify edition. Album as a whole, I really enjoyed it. I can definitely see where a lot of influence came. A lot of influence came from this record. This again is kind of like the Brandy Full Moon record, where there is a lot of ideas here, a lot of different styles all in one package, which is really fantastic. And again, she hits on most of the experiments. Like there's a couple songs I'm not a fan of, but like the highlights are very high. She has a very clear sense of like vocal delivery on tracks where it is more like emotive and a ballad type. She really pushes them. On other tracks she doesn't like overpower it when the beat's already doing too much. There isn't like an overload there. So overall, like very solid, pretty consistent. The back half trailed off a little bit in terms of quality, but that could also just be because we're not getting wowed from all the different styles at the beginning. But yeah, really fantastic. Again, I'm loving the production on these era of R&B records. It's just really fun and different that you don't really hear anymore. That's not really something that happens a lot.
No.
There's some trap producers that kind of take a little bit of influence from it, but like not a whole lot. In terms of favorite tracks, I think Rock the Boat, I Care For You, maybe. I think I Refuse is up there too. That one was really fun. I think I'll put Try Again in there too. Try Again was actually pretty fun.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think looking at this record, I think the back half kind of fell off a little bit. Just because I was really impressed with the first half. Some great stuff like Rock the Boat, Never No More, I Care For You. Bangers. Gotta love them. But yeah, man, there was definitely a slump. And then that slump kept going, and I was very sad. But I think I did enjoy it. It's just not one that I'm like not passionately into. But I don't know. I think I prefer that Brandy record over this one, just off rip. But we're getting close to our retrospective, so we'll get to it. I'll have some time to sit with this one and the Brandy one a little bit more, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah.
Thank you for the suggestion.
Oh, we didn't do that.
There. Yeah, you get it at the end of the video.
There you go.
I think there might have been a couple for this one too, but
Yes.
we'll see. I think there was a couple for the last one. So,
Whoops.
oops. Multiple people if there are multiple people.
Yeah.
But next week we will be doing Chelsea Wolfe His Spun, so completely different than this album.
A 180.
Yeah, we don't care about views on this channel, so if you want an album on our wheel, you can recommend it in the comments. Don't worry if it's already been suggested. You can write it, and we will increase the odds if it is on the wheel already. So
There you go.
go ahead and do that.
Mm-hmm.
But very nice.
Salud.